Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in esports. Today we have StarCraft Brood War, the Shinhan Winners League. This is going to be SKT1 versus Hite Entus. It's all tied up 1-1, and this matchup is going to be Bisu versus Movie. Bisu beating some other player, I don't remember who it was, but now he's playing Movie, who got second in an OSL versus Flash, I believe. Might have been Jadon, but I believe that it was Flash. How he got there, I have absolutely no idea, as Movie is like an under 50% player. And he's, honestly, he's not good. He's just not good, and I have no idea how he got rated so high. Or, not how he got rated so high. How he got so high in that OSL. Like, he just cruised through everyone somehow. It was like, kind of like TSL Rain. Everyone knew that he was going to get owned in the finals, but somehow he got there. And speaking of the GSL, I'm so proud of them for implementing a team league. The way they're doing it is pretty cool too. I think it would be better not, instead of brackets, to do groups, but it's kind of like an individual team league, if that makes any sense. So it's a round of 8, and then if your team loses, then you're out of there. But I think it's really awesome. If they would have done groups, I think it would have been a little bit better, because then the top 2 teams, but that would take so much longer because it's teams, and so I can see why they're doing it in this type of bracket fashion. Anyways, I missed the colors, but I think I can figure it out. Bisu's going to be spawning at the 3 o'clock position as the brown toss player, and at the 12 we have Movie in yellow. He's going for his assimilator as well as his gateway. Bisu, meanwhile, just now getting his assimilator. Probably put down his gateway. Can't really see it on the minimap, but I think he did at the very least. And so they're both going to be going for pretty much the same build to start out. This is on Icarus, 4-player map. Base is at the top right and bottom left. Thank you guys who bothered moktira, and keep bothering him, even though if you look at the video with Firebat Hero and gosh, I just casted it. Well, Firebat Hero and whoever he played. Oh, he played Haya, who is now Constantly. Firebat Hero and Constantly, he actually commented and told me he had work and stuff, which is definitely understandable. Work always... oh, wow. Work always comes first with those types of things, so don't bother him too much, but if you want to put a comment on his channel, that'd be pretty cool. And, yeah, so I'm going to have to pause this, and hopefully I get at the right point, Cyber Next Score. Okay, so shout out to Lab Arctic. I hope I said his name right. He actually sent me a very generous donation on PayPal, and so he definitely deserves a shout out for that. Remember, that's on my YouTube channel, and so is my Twitter, my Facebook. Not really going to pimp that too much. I know it gets annoying, but I just had to do it again because I had to get his name in there. Lab Arctic. Thank you very much for your donation, and it was nice talking to you on Facebook about various topics. So yeah, remember guys, if you guys want to talk to me, I'm really down to talk about StarCraft or really anything else. It's always fun to talk to you guys about stuff like that. Getting back to the game, Movie has put 2 zealots on top of his base and one on top of the other, which is going to allow him, if he messes up his micro, then he's going to have that one behind there to do some extra heavy hitting damage as well. Both of those are obviously on hold position, and he's going to be able to deny the scout that way. Bisu trying to get in there. Fortunately, probably not going to be able to do so. Movie getting his Dragoon range as well as Bisu is also getting his Dragoon range. Neither player has expanded yet. Both are probably going to go for one base for the time being and then try to do a contain and expand in that fashion. This is Icarus, which is 50% on PvP games, or 100%, or 0%, just however way you look at it. So, map really doesn't matter too much in terms of build. Usually in a PvP, especially, map doesn't... Well, I guess all maps, except for ZVZ, really don't matter that much. I guess you can deviate from Reaver play and then maybe use Templars instead on maps that... aren't good for Reavers, but usually it really doesn't matter that much. We usually just see the Dragoons, the Reavers, and then the Templars later on. Nothing really too unstandard about PvP play. Here comes Movie coming in, trying to pick off that probe. Might try to put on some early pressure as well. Looks like Bisu's gone out for another gateway. Neither player is going for a sort of all-in 3-gate rush or anything like that. But we are seeing Movie try to prod in here with that probe, getting picked off by Bisu, doing a very nice job there. Movie's continuing to make probes, which is, excuse me, very good. You need to do that. Bisu's going for his observatory first rather than his robotics. It looks like, oh, Movie's going for the robotics first. Honestly, I think you should go for a robotics first. I mean, on the off chance that your opponent goes for DTs, I guess. Observatory first would be really good. But Movie, I don't know a ton about him. I know that he's fairly new, hasn't really played a ton of games. He has like 70-ish wins and like 80-something-ish losses, so not even close to as many games as Bisu, Flash, and Jaedong play. But I don't really think that he'd go something like DTs against Bisu. I think that Movie is actually being a little bit risky by going for his obs first, because Bisu, as everyone knows, is known as the ninja toss. Bisu now has the shuttle just kind of picking and prodding at the top there. I don't know if Movie actually saw the shuttle. He does have an observer. Bisu rather does have an observer out as well, and Movie just being really content on staying outside his base, and so is Bisu. Both players just kind of sticking it outside the base. That probe might be able to scout that observer if it sees the shimmer of the cloakedness. But now, oh man, Bisu, don't. Oh, Bisu got his observer picked off, it looks like, and it's super hard. If you guys haven't noticed, to tell the difference on this screen, well, at least for me, maybe I'm just like turning colorblind or something, but it's really hard to tell the difference between yellow and brown eye. Usually they change it to where one player is red and the other one is yellow, or one is green, one is red, or one is yellow, one is green, but on this one they're not. And it's making it really hard to see which units are which, especially those observers that you can barely see anyways. Bisu now looks like he has a Reaver of his own. He did get his robotics facility up, and Movie looks like he might try to put on some pressure here. See, that's the... It looks like a brown observer. Does that not look like a brown observer? On the minimap is the only way you can tell, and it actually is one of Movie's observers. Here he comes with a shuttle coming in at the north. He might try to go for a two-pronged attack here, coming in from the south with his main army and dropping in the main. That's what he's going to do, but he's going to have to back up because that Reaver is here. Here he comes with the shuttle, but Bisu, epically ready for this, might be able to pick off the Reaver. Here he comes with the shuttle, going to be able to pick off the shuttle. And the Reaver as well. Movie not doing any damage, able to get maybe one probe, but that's it. Movie has invested in speed shuttles, only 5 hit points on that shuttle, almost lost both the shuttle and the Reaver, and Bisu just showing his superiority in Protoss play. I honestly don't think that Movie has a chance. Movie's going to be able to pick off that pylon that's there, but really not going to matter too much. Losing that Reaver so big, man. Just so big. Bisu just... Gosu Sense was so ready for this. Oh, but Bisu might lose his shuttle as well. Needs to be really careful and kind of engaging at a bad spot here. Movie now has another Reaver of his own in that shuttle, but that shuttle is very weak. If he picks it up at the wrong time, he can do a ton of damage. The shuttle goes down. The Reaver is attacking the Reaver. Bisu's shuttle might go down as well. Here comes more Dragoons for Bisu, but Movie might be able to hold this off. The Reaver is just out in the open now, doesn't have a shuttle. Bisu able to come ahead in that battle, has 3 Dragoons incoming at Movie's base. What was I saying there? But what I meant to say is he's got 3 Dragoons coming in on Movie's base. Movie has 2 Dragoons. One of the Dragoons for Bisu goes down. Bisu doing a little bit of careless micro there, getting that Dragoon picked off, but I mean really not much more he could do. The only thing is he probably shouldn't have had that one in the at the forward position. Probably should have backed it up and had one on the left or the one on the right going forward. But at any rate, the damage has been done. Both players have their expansions up now, and so we're going to go into kind of the early mid game. Sorry for that kind of blah 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 that happened during the battle. I'm not sick, but I kind of feel sick, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel sick, but I think it's in my head, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. It's in my head because one of my friends has strep, and I know I don't have strep because I don't feel bad, but I'm just like kind of being really antsy about it, and so I'm kind of coughing a little bit, but I know I don't have strep. I'm almost completely positive, like 99%. Bisu trying to come in here with the shuttle, but Movie's definitely ready for this. He has Dragoons right at the back of his mineral line, also putting up a little bit of a choke at his front. Meanwhile, Bisu might be thinking about expanding to that top right, although that would be super risky, which would it would pretty much split his army, just because his Dragoons aren't going to be able to reinforce nearly as quick, and he's going to open up that base for a ton of drops and stuff of that nature. Movie loading one of the Reavers into the shuttle. He does have speed shuttle. Don't know exactly if Bisu has speed shuttles. I didn't really notice if Bisu had speed shuttles or not. But here comes Movie incoming. 2 Dragoons at the front. And if Movie does... Oh man, Bisu just losing 4 or 5 probes there, man. That was painful to watch. I was about to say that with good micro, Movie can micro that Reaver against those 2 Dragoons fairly easily, but oh my gosh, man, so terrible. And here comes a shuttle coming in for Bisu, and 2 Reavers. Actually, he has got 2 Reavers up here, gonna be able to do a ton of damage, making the probe line of Movie just go straight to the natural. And Movie actually caught that at the last second with that pylon that he made, which is exact reason why he made it, is just for scouting purposes. Bisu trying to push in at the front, going to be unable to do so. Those Dragoons are going to be able to do a little bit of damage, but those Zealots are really just going to be the ones that are going to chase him off. Bisu now expanding to the bottom left, hoping that that expansion stays undetected pretty much, because that's going to be really open to drops. He's not going to be able to reinforce at both bases very well at all. And Bisu now in the main, it looks like, with his observer just picking and prodding, but that thing got picked off fairly quickly. And now we see just pretty much shuttle play. Citadel of Doom going down for Bisu, I believe, and now Templar Archives going down for Movie. So Movie's going to have Templar a lot sooner than Bisu is, but he, meanwhile, is going to have to defend this timing push that's coming in while Movie is transitioning into Templar tech. He does have 2 Reavers at the front, which are going to do a ton of damage to these Dragoons, but here comes the Reavers from Bisu, slowly crawling up, going to be able to pick off that pylon, and this might be the decisive battle here, doing good Dragoon micro, but not really good enough for his Reavers just pounding away at Bisu's army. Bisu now in some trouble. He's going to have to back up, and Movie now on the offensive, just losing way too many Dragoons, attacking that pylon, not really doing anything too aggressive there. And unfortunately, he was just not able to finish. Movie now building more gateways. And okay, I was just making sure that was Bisu's expansion. I was like, that's not Movie's expansion. It's just really hard for me to tell with this yellow and brown. Let me know if you guys are having trouble with this this color thing as well. It's really kind of weird how they yellow and brown are just so close. It's weird that they don't all tab that. But here comes Movie Shuttle coming in for another drop. Bisu does have this guarded with 3 Dragoons. His Forge is spinning, so he's going for some type of upgrade. Oh, man! The shuttle goes down! Don't know how many Reavers it had in it, but the shuttle definitely goes down, and still pulling his probes. Bisu, what the heck are you doing? What are you doing, Bisu? What are you doing? Oh, because there's a DT there. Alright, that's why. I was like, what the heck are you doing, Bisu? I didn't even see that DT. I thought it was Bisu's DT, to be completely honest. Alright, never mind. You're not being an idiot. You're being good player. I'm just being blind, pretty much. Colorblind, I guess. But Bisu pretty much all Dragoons, and meanwhile Movie has kind of switched his tech a little bit more towards the Zealot Templar mix. Bisu does have the Templar Archives, he does have his Forge spinning, as I said earlier, but in terms of upgrades, not sure where they are, don't even know if they have any upgrades yet, because those Forges just went up, so I'm assuming that they're upgrading Weapons 1, both of them are upgrading Weapons 1, probably at this point in the game. And now we're going to go to the Protoss mid-game, where we start to see some Templar, which is really fun to see the Storms as well as the Reaver play. Just so much APM is necessary to pull off the victory in this matchup. Excuse me, I'm talking weird again. I'll stop apologizing for that, though. I'm sure that's really annoying. But Movie going up to this top right base, might be trying to take it to secure his 3rd, as Bisu has already secured his 3rd, morphing in an Archon, probably to deal with stuff like Zealots or Dragoons. Usually Archons are a lot better at attacking air units, though. It's kind of funny because they're not that great against Zealots either. Not really that great. I mean, they're good against Dragoons if they can get in to the range that they can attack their Dragoons, but not really the best units in PvP matchups. Usually you want to use your Templar for Storms and then kind of save them by making an Archon. Don't really want to make the Archons just straight outright. That's kind of a funky move there, but here comes a huge engagement. It looks like both players just massing up their armies. On the left we have, oh, and the Archon getting picked off by Bisu. Huge storms going off on Bisu's army. Oh man, that's gotta hurt. More storms going off, and that is just painful to watch. But Bisu just might have the superior forces. He just has so many Dragoons, man. How does he have so many Dragoons? Really good micro by Bisu, able to save both of his Reavers. I believe that Movie is only able to save one, and his Templar are now in the backfield. Really good storms, though. Almost Jangbi-esque storms coming from Movie. Maybe that's how he got to the OSL Finals in 2009. But at any rate, looks like these Templars are probably going to get picked off. One of them does get picked off. Speed is upgraded for the Zealots. And Movie in a ton of trouble. Bisu somehow just, wow, had so many Dragoons. He lost a ton to those storms, but just macroed up. And it's because he's been at 3 bases this entire time, as Movie is on 2 bases, which is not going to help him at the very least. It looks like he might have tried to expand at that bottom right as well, which have been very, very good. And oh, somebody needs to watch their shuttle. Don't know whose shuttle that is. It looks like it might, I can't tell whose shuttle that is, but they need to be careful not to get killed by Dragoons. Looks like it was Bisu's shuttle, and Movie was the one pursuing. But now Bisu's definitely at the offensive position. He has picked up the base at the bottom right, not yet functional, but it's going to be functional pretty much at the same time as Movie's top left base is, which is going to be absolutely terrible for Movie because he's still going to be at 1 less base. Not a whole lot that Movie can do. He's down in army size, he's down in economy, down in upgrades, I believe, or at least at the same upgrade numbers, and really there's not much that he can do. All he can do is kind of macro up and hope that Bisu does something really bad, hope that he has the most epic storms of his life and the most epic Reaver control of his life, but even then I don't know that he's going to be able to beat the Bisu. Both players just kind of dancing their armies around at the top and at the bottom respectively. Now we get a look at Bisu's point of view, and you can just see how fast they work. And really, honestly, when I first watched this game, I didn't even know what was going on, but now I can see a lot more that's going on. And the thing about that is, though, you can't really see what buttons are clicking. Here comes the engagement, though. Both players are dropping off their units. Reaver's going down, but huge storm going on. Oh, those Reavers, that's really painful. Oh, all those Reavers going down for Bisu. That storm was absolutely huge, killing 3 of those Reavers, but Bisu might just have enough forces to take care of this. I can't tell which Archons whose, or which Zealots are whose, but it looks like, I don't know what it looks like. Bisu might be pulling out ahead. It looks like actually Bisu is pulling out ahead. Gonna clean up this force of a Reaver and a Zealot. And wow, Bisu just doing an amazing job massing up Zealots and Templar, it looks like now. Gonna be able to take out this top left base, and Movie just looks like he's on the brink of GGing. But that is, wow, that was quite a stand by Movie, to say the very, very least, because that storm was so awesome. Those 2 storms in coordination just made it impossible for Bisu to do anything to save those Reavers. And honestly, if he just had a few more units, he would have been able to possibly hold off that attack. Just really, really good storm control by Movie. And I guess honestly, when I did watch him in 2009, he did have really, really good storms then as well. But really good storms this game, to say the very least. Bisu able to pick off that top left base, and this is pretty much over. DT attacking those Templar, though. You're going to be able to do some damage, and that's what you need to do. If you're Movie, you go for the sneaky stuff. You go in for the drops. You go in for the storm drops or the DT drops, and try to just whittle down your opponent when he's in this position. And Movie's definitely doing the right thing, although I think it's a little bit too late. And Bisu just, what the heck is he doing, man? He needs to like get observer speed or something, because he's just letting his units get whittled down. But he's just got so many Zealots at this point in the game. He's at 4 bases to Movie's 2. Movie has absolutely no chance. Even if they army swapped, Bisu's just going to be able to reinforce so much quicker than Movie is. It's not even going to be funny. Bisu already with 2 more Reavers, and wow, just really good storms by Movie, man. You have to commend him on that. You have to congratulate him on how good his storms were. But you know what? At the end of the day, storms don't win you games. Units do. So unfortunately, Movie is going to lose this one. But really, it's not that unfortunate because you guys know, as I always say, I love Bisu. Movie GG's, and Bisu on a 2-kill win streak, and hopefully, maybe, possibly, he's gonna go for the all-kill, which would be absolutely awesome. Fantasy actually lost the first set, by the way. Yeah, he played. Like I said, I don't know who he played, but he actually lost the first set. But he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'll drop a set in the Winners League. I won the OSL. No big deal. Spoiler alert, by the way. Sorry about that. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Remember, if you like these casts, please subscribe. Please give me a like and comment. You know, I like talking to you guys. Anyways, I'm going to go do some residence assistance homework because I'm going to try to be an RA next year. So I'm out of here. Lates.